Hello, welcome back. I'm Brittany. If you're new to my channel, hi, how are ya? Thanks for joining me here. Today we're just going to talk about some hardware real quick. It's this guy. Just going to kind of walk you through my early birthday present and how I like it, what it is, and maybe a couple things that are just a little wonky with it. So, yeah, this is the white Anarchist mod clone. It is a mechanical mod, and it's genius. So I've been eyeballing the white Sir Lancelot clone as well as the Anarchist clone, and my super genius husband found the white Anarchist on eBay through Vaping Toys. I believe that this was only like 26 bucks. Yeah, so that's what I got. Yay, happy birthday. My favorite thing about this guy is just the sleek look to it. There's no engravings or logos on the actual body of the tube itself. The only logoing, engraving, whatever you want to call it, that it has is just, probably not going to be able to see it. It has an Anarchy symbol on the firing switch, and then on this bottom collar it does say Anarchist with some skull designs on it, and that's what she looks like. The black plume veil is the only RDA I have, but I did get myself a white drip tip because I knew that this was coming. So I kind of like just the sleek, kind of feminine look that it has. Yeah, so that's what it is. Not gonna fire. It's not gonna fire for me now. You bitch. How am I supposed to talk about you if you're not going to fire? So, yes, there are a couple wonky things with it. Being that this is my own personal, first mech mod, it did take me some adjusting. It's a little bit of battery rattle. It's probably why. It did take me some time to get used to adjusting it. And I will say, right off the bat, the connection pin, where my RDA is touching inside, is not adjustable. It's stationary. It's not spring-loaded. You can't move it. But it does have a bottom screw that you tighten and loosen to compensate for your battery rattle. And as far as I know, this is all copper contacts, so this is supposed to be like a copper screw. But the insulator that this thing sits inside of, I dropped it, I don't know if it's Delrin. It's kind of chewed up and wonky looking, and let me grab this screw. It doesn't fit in there as tightly as I feel like it should, because once you have it screwed into where you need it to be, it still kind of wobbles back and forth. I don't know, it's a thing, right? But as long as you can get it all back together and it fires, then so be it. So, let's see if I did that correctly on the first try. Yeah. Back to what I was saying in a previous video, forever messing with things. Oh, I did it. Win. Another thing about this that is a little kind of touchy, the bottom switch is spring-loaded. I'm not going to take this apart and show you. It is spring-loaded. There's no magnets or anything in it. It is the, flimsiest spring I've ever seen. So I do have designs set on replacing that spring at some point. The throw on it, you can kind of adjust. The button sits flush on the bottom, so when you set it down, doesn't fire, but you can kind of adjust that a little bit. Let's see, I just have to listen for when it fires, because it is a clone. And I really hope it's not a one-for-one clone, because the money that I've seen the original Anarchist going for, yeah, if it has the same issues as this, I would be pissed if I'd spent that kind of money. I do have a 0.6-ish build in here, 0.6, maybe a little bit closer to 0.7. Oh, going back, setting it down. So when I set this down on a flat tabletop surface, I don't have a surface to bring up and show you. But the mod does sit slightly at an angle, so I don't know if that's a machining error or if it was intended because it is called the Anarchist. It doesn't really bother me because the angle that it sits at isn't so extreme that it will fall over on its own, but it's a thing. And I do find myself, when I'm not using this, placing it into like a homemade mod stand that we have here. And of course that helps also to keep it upright, if you will. The last wonky issue I have with this guy is this top cap. I don't know if it's a problem with the top cap or the other RDA I have. This gold-plated RDA that we use on the Meraxis that looks stellar on the Meraxis, actually. The 510 connection, I don't know if it's slightly smaller than the 510 connection on the black version. Maybe they were just machined by different companies. I don't know. But this does not screw down into the top cap of the Anarchist clone. It just kind of sits in there. Just sits. You can't really twist it. So that's kind of funky. I guess I got lucky that my RDA fits in there, because I would have been kind of pissed if it were reversed and the black one didn't fit and the gold one did, because the gold one's not really mine. So there you go. That's kind of head to toe without my taking it apart for you. I like it. I mean, it fires. I really like it. I love the look of it. And I've kind of just sucked up the fact and come to terms with, if you're going to have a mech mod, there's going to be things that you have to mess with and fiddle with and adjust pretty much constantly. And I'm an over dripper. I'm learning. This thing is always leaking on me. Not the Plumeville's fault. My fault. I know that. Alright, let's move along. I have two things that are new and notable this week. One is music, which I actually discovered. I listen to Pandora whenever I'm at home. I just pipe it in through my Bluetooth speaker from my phone. And I've been listening to Milky Chance radio. But they played an artist called Poolside. And I've been totally digging down on some Poolside this week. Digging down, jamming out, whatever. I grew up in high school listening to the Gorillaz. I don't know, do you guys like the Gorillaz? They've kind of just always been a thing for me. I've just always liked their music. And Poolside is very similar in sound to Gorillaz, I find, anyway. And I've really been liking it. So if you haven't and you like that kind of music, go check out Poolside. The next thing is on Netflix. Of course, I have a love affair with like my television quite frequently. So I've kind of been getting away from documentary style type things, like type shows, and have been checking out some stand-up comedy on Netflix, and we've discovered Patton Oswalt. That man is hilarious. He's got a stand-up comedy on there. I think he only has one special on there. So if you have Netflix and you like comedy, you like to laugh, go check out Patton Oswalt. It's just brilliant. I think I did share on Twitter a video that he did. He actually did a filibuster for Parks and Recreation. I don't even know how long ago because I don't watch that show. But it was hilarious, and I actually shared that on Twitter earlier in the week, after I discovered him on Netflix. So, it was hilarious. That's kind of all I have for you today. Was there anything else? This is like my fucking 6th take on this video. So, I don't know if I've repeated anything unnecessarily or left anything out at this point. Kind of getting lost. Yeah, I don't have a flavor of the week. I'm down to just the last couple drops of my honey pear. I did add some plum to it though, and that kind of brought a little hint of tartness, which was good. So, I don't know, maybe flavor of the week will just be honey pear and then add plum. I don't know, boom. But that's all I have. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you get to enjoy. If you're a Black Friday shopper, stop it. If you go out on Black Friday, just know I will be at home in my living room, probably in my slippers with some coffee, and laughing that all of you are out there fighting the hordes of people insanely. I don't do Black Friday shopping, but I will get down and I'm going to eat probably my body weight in food this Thursday. So have a happy weekend, have a wonderful holiday, and enjoy it with the people you love to spend your time with. Bye, guys.